6:14 new this morning, weeks after President Biden announced vaccine mandates for employers with more than 100 employees. U.S. Senator James Lankford introduced the Stop Vaccine Mandates Act to repeal the president's order. Senator Lankford is joining us now live. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. You've spoken out about the vaccine mandates several times since the president's announcement. You sent the president a letter with your concerns about how it will affect employees here in Oklahoma. What response did you get?
So I had face-to-face meetings yesterday with the Office of Management and Budget for the White House. I've had meetings with the Office of Personnel Management, which deals with federal workforce. I've met with different agency leaders, with the CDC. I've met with leaders in the Pentagon. This is the challenge that we have. I've been vaccinated. I encourage people to be vaccinated, but there's a big difference between saying, this is a good idea, I encourage you to do it, it saves lives, it protects people from hospitalization, and actually trying to go mandate this to people. We have 40 million people that have had COVID and have recovered. We have individuals that are cancer patients that their doctors are telling them not to. We have people with religious exemptions. All those need to be honored in the process. And for whatever reason, the president continues to be able to push and say, I'm going to ignore everything else. Everyone has to do this. Literally, he's changing every union contract across the country just unilaterally, saying, I don't care what the collective bargaining agreement was with your union. I'm going to change that. I don't care what your employer does. Whether you're outside, inside, remote, he's pushing all of those things, and that's just not his role as president. So I'm trying to work for a more common sense, straightforward proposal on this to say, let's encourage people to get the vaccine, make it available as we are, but not mandate this, because there's a lot of people have real concerns, and those concerns need to be honored.
What about private employers who might say they have a responsibility to protect their workforce and that mandating vaccines would be the only way or the best way to do that?
Right. I understand that philosophy, but for individuals that have received the vaccine, like myself and many others across the state, we have a great protection from COVID-19. Individuals that choose to not get it based on the fact they've already had COVID or for other reasons can make their own decisions on that. But for those individuals that want to be protected, they should get the vaccine on it. But it's a very different issue to be able to force it on people, especially in a private workforce, especially when the president has such shaky legal ground to be able to stand on, to be able to try to impose this across the entire country.
After those meetings yesterday, how optimistic or how hopeful are you that your Stop Vaccine Mandates Act will pass and you'll be able to repeal this order?
So right now I'm working through multiple different angles on this, both the legislative angle, which is slower, working through the administrative angle, which is faster, then also the courts will be stepping in very soon as well. As soon as the administration actually puts out paperwork on this, it'll start going through the court system on it, and multiple individuals across the country will be able to engage with this. And in the meantime, there are lots of employers that are putting a pause on this. And there are lots of folks in the federal workforce that are reconsidering whether they're going to stay in the federal workforce. The most painful part about this to me is we have many people that are 15, 20, 25 years in the same job, and they're saying, I love my job, I love what I'm doing, just don't try to compel me to do this. And they've got federal employers or whatever it may be that are stepping in and saying, we're going to compel you. Those individuals are choosing to be able to change jobs by the thousands. We have just in the Department of Homeland Security, 20,000 individuals that have not been vaccinated. Thousands of those have already come forward and said they're not going to do this. They're going to change out of it. We need those folks in the Department of Homeland Security. We have USDA workers in the rural areas in Oklahoma that have already resigned, that are stepping away saying, I'm not going to do this. This is going to cause a tremendous shakeup in our economy and lots of problems for lots of families.
Senator Lankford, thank you so much. I know we'll stay in touch with your office, and we'll be sure to tell our viewers any updates. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.